So now in CY BAS, you must have got the syllabus of your internal exam. All 3 units are there. Yes. Payment of tax and refund, return, accounts, audit, assessment, and record. Out of that, these 2 are already over. Accounts, audit, assessment, and record, we were dealing with section Rule 56. That was partly done because there were many rules. Just verify and let me know. This is also done. Section 54. Yes, in accounts and record. We were dealing with this rule 56. चेक करो और बताओ कितने सारे rules हो गए थे. If I am not wrong, I think rule 7 तक हुआ था. Just let me know. Are you having your notes with you?
Yes, sir.
Verify करो. We have discussed that 35 tells that we should keep the record. But how to keep the record, which accounts need to be required, which ledgers need to be prepared, that is there in rule 56. Invoice bill रखना है, डिलीवरी चालान बनाना है, क्रेडिट एंड डेबिट नोट रखना है, right? Payment and receipt vouchers we need to keep. Just check and let me know. 2-3 lectures prior we have finished.
Sir, 9 sub-rules has been written.
Yes, thank you. Rule 56. यहाँ तक हो गया था ना? 9.
Yes, sir.
Serially numbered. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So we have many sub-rules. We'll continue that only. So first, now we have 10. Okay. Every person shall keep and maintain any document registered or accounts are found at premises other than mentioned in the certificate of registration be produced to be maintained by said registered person. So they are asking if you have keep any record, if you have maintained any other account which is already mentioned by or which is there in sub-rule of your one, then that also will be considered as the documents of your account, and accordingly you need to pay the tax on that. Suppose you have the transaction, white card transaction, and you have kept it in record and you have paid the tax on due date, 20th of subsequent month. But once they have came to the visit, you have personal driving, and thereby also there were certain transaction which was mentioned and which was kept with you, and on that if you have paid the tax, then also it will be okay. So whatever the account has been or the record or the documents has been stated by the officials registered, authority by sales tax department, that's so valid only. Beyond that also, if you have kept something, that also will be considered and accordingly tax needs to be paid. Then sub-rule 11 says every registered person shall keep and maintain, every agent shall maintain accounts from each principal, value and volume of goods and services. Suppose if there are any agent who is working on your behalf, okay, or you have kept any agent, those details also need to be kept. So in fact, Rule 56 explains, minutely each and everything, how needs to be recorded, which document needs to be kept, etc., etc. Then rule Subrule 12 says every registered person shall keep and maintain monthly production account, raw material to finished goods, which we have learned in periodic system of bookkeeping, or sorry, maintaining the record for your stock. You must have learned in FI BAF, valuation of stock. Am I right? याद है valuation of stock? There are
Yes,
two
sir.
systems. One was perpetual system, other was periodic system. So this periodic system, what we keep the record is known as, and is referred your in sub rule 12 of rule 56. So just finish these three sub rules, then we will go further. There are many other sub rules also which we need to finish.
Recording in progress.
Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So now we'll be going for remaining rules, sub-rules, sorry. Sub-rule 13 says, every registered person shall keep and maintain services input services and services supplied. Okay, so if suppose while producing or any kind of things, you have suppose services like I'll tell you, getting the goods from the transporter is what? Input service. It's not production activity. So those records need also to be input services utilized. Okay, so or any other kind of services what you have taken for the entire process of your production from raw material to finished goods, or even though you are dealing only with the raw material. Suppose if ply wholesalers are there, they may not going to produce entire furniture. They will always deal with the raw material. Even though it is raw material, then also it needs to be kept as a record for input service utilized and services supplied. Then sub-rule 14 says every registered person shall keep and maintain. I mean, these all sub-rule you must have minutely seen that they are very, very important with describe. Okay. Say for example, I'll tell you, basically your objective is to clear the exam of CY batch. But to clear the exam with good marks, you need to keep the record. यानी एफए का बुक अलग से मेंटेन करेंगे, सीए का बुक अलग से मेंटेन करेंगे. You have to prepare your research project also. Am I right or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that section 35 is just telling how to record to be maintained. But rule 56 says how those records to be kept. Which accounts, what other details minutely need to be kept in books of account is very much required. These all sub-rules are pertaining to that. Then sub-rule 14 says every registered person shall keep and maintain person executing work what keep separate account for each work contract all detailed information. So suppose there are several work contracts. You must be knowing when the building has been, constructed, there are several other work contracts. एक आता है वो प्लम्बिंग का काम करता है, एक आता है जो इलेक्ट्रिशियन का काम करता है, एक आता है जो फर्निशिंग का काम करता है, so on and so forth. एक आता है जो पेंटिंग का सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रहता है. तो बोलते जितने भी वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आपसे लिए उसके रिकॉर्ड अलग से मेंटेन करने कंपलसरी है. Then sub-rule 15 says every registered person shall keep and maintain accounts and records maintained in electronic form shall be authorized by digital signature. So whatever things have been maintained in the electronic form should be authorized by digital signature by signatory. That is must. This is explained under sub-rule 15 of Rule 56 of CGST. So kindly complete these two sub-rules, then we'll proceed further. See, yes, I think I was very clear when I had in your class offline. We made it very clear first in first of basis, and I suppose Tanya should assist us that who has submitted their topic first will be given that topic. Okay. So it is such same topic, and we were knowing this kind of problem. That's why several times during my lecture I have insisted you guys to kindly block your topic. So if it is so, then subsequently who has taken will not be given that topic. And if you have given the title first, will be allotted that topic for sure.
Okay, sir. Okay. So should I talk to Sania?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other doubt till here? Can we proceed further? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Now, last three sub-rules. So there are 18 sub-rules. So you must be knowing how effectively, a government has explained all the sub-rules which are very, very important for a person to maintain their books, to keep their records. Okay, this is explained under section 35 of CGST Act. So sub-rule 16 says every registered person shall keep and maintain the account and record maintained manually or electronically shall be accessible to every related place of business. So wherever there is a place of business, everywhere those accounts to be visible, to be reflected. You have to, suppose you have taken original book here, so the Xerox should be kept there. Okay. Sub-rule 17 says every registered person shall keep and maintain person having custody shall reduce the to prop, details to proper details. Details to proper details. So every detail when it is asked by the proper authorities should be given to them. And sub-rule 18 says every registered person shall keep and maintain on demand he is required to maintain under any other law time to time being interposed, being enforced. So if there are any other law, suppose you are a businessman along with the BSc, even custom is applicable to you. So the books and account which is required for custom act need also to be kept into place. This is how your all 18 sub-rules of section rule 56 is over. Kindly take down. If you have any doubt in sub-rules, please let me know. First finish this, then we'll proceed further. And let me know. Thank you, Kinjal. What about others? What about other students? Okay, Sita, Samida, thank you. So from 27 we have our internals. No, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
So there are certain, interrelated rules which also I need to explain to you all in upcoming lectures. So today we have completed all the rules related to all the sub rules related to Rule 56, 1 to 18. They are very important because they guide us how to keep the record, how to maintain the record for any person who wants to, who are covered under GST and registered under GST and uh, paying the returns or filing the returns on regular basis. So with that, today let us finish the session. In next lecture, I will continue with the other rules. Okay. Refund, returns, everything is done. We'll be able to finish the syllabus much prior to the exam. Don't worry. Any doubt to anyone? Okay. Thank you. So let us end the session and then we'll meet next lecture. Bye. I hope you must have paid the fees. Is there anyone who has not paid the fees? Kindly make the payment of fees as early as possible. Otherwise, there will be penalty and will be imposed per day extra charges. So please do not indulge yourself into that practice. Okay? Thank you.